Um, our session is called, so this is breakout number 1. It is called Snap, Wiggle, Pop. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a lot of different activities that you can use to keep choir moving. And a lot of these are not reinventing the wheel. This is just simple ways to use the things that you're doing normally, and we're going to make those active and fun so that the kids are always staying engaged. So I was going to start with early arrivers, and I was going to show you some very simple little thing that we discovered while we were on Zoom. Because for us, we kept our Zoom choir going during the entire pandemic. I was very proud of us. We had a little core group that stayed with us. We had between 12 and 15 showing up every week. And of course, we put a ton of work into making that engaging and exciting. And one of the things that we did is we sent out little packets, but we discovered this little early arriver activity. We did an ocean theme one month. We chose that theme, and we discovered these, which are scratch off little art pieces that we discovered at Oriental Trading, and you can tell that they're sea creatures. So this is an example of something that works really well as an early arriver, and let me tell you why. For us, at least, when we start regular choirs, we usually meet on Wednesday nights, and we have a lot of kids who arrive 10, 15 minutes even early. And then we have a lot of kids who kind of filter in because they're coming in from other activities like baseball or after school things. So we need little things like this to keep them engaged as they walk in, but they don't take a lot of instructions. So let me show you how this works. So this has that little black coating on it, and they can take this little pencil and they just use their pencil to scratch designs onto it. And now they can make their little octopus look like anything that they want. And so as they come in, you know, of course, we're having them do attendance and things like that, but they start this little activity, they're comparing it to one another, and we're talking a little bit about what we might be doing today, and we're letting them guess. Oh my gosh, what kind of creatures does everybody seem to have for our scratch off activity? I wonder what our theme might be for this month. So that is an example of a great early arriver. It doesn't take long for someone to catch on how to do it, and they like comparing it to one another, and it's easy. So these are at Oriental Trading. I think they were about 10 cents a piece, and they come with this little handy scratch pencil. Very easy that they can bring home one, and then they can even bring home an extra. If they enjoyed that, they can bring home an extra one and do that. So that is an example of an early arriver. Now we're going to talk about the types of things that we do when we are picking our very first song, and we're going to use this for a warm-up song. But I'm going to pick something that's a really simple one. And why don't you, if you could, send me some little message in the chat, if you would, and let me know what kinds of things do you look for in your early arriver activities? We're going to see if anybody's able to find their chat and let me know about the kinds of things. This one happens to be from a book that's called Praise Takes Flight. And so that's one of those that's available through J.W. Pepper. Has a really cute little early arriver activities and name games and a bunch of different song choices. So this particular song choice is called I'm Gonna Sing. And it's a little classic children's song, really easy. These are the types of things that I look for when I am thinking early arriver, not early arriver, but my very first opening song. Because like I said, our kids tend to be filtering in sort of at the last minute and at varying times. So I am looking for things that are catchy. I'm looking for a catchy little song. So when the kids do come in late, it's very easy for them to catch it and join right in. I'm looking for something that's a little bit active that I can use and is basic, and then also that I can build on it every week. I'm looking for something that has a good vocal range. Again, it's easy for them to join in for those late arrivers. So This is a sweet little song. I'm going to play a little bit for you since I can't, since I'm not the host, I'm not able to share with you this little song, but I'm going to play a little bit for you right here on my piano. So this is, oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. And then we're going to have a few little active things. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to point to our mouths and we're going to say, I'm singing with praise for my Lord today. So I'm going to sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. That's what that sounds like. So what we might do is we're going to make that active and we're going to start doing some of those little warm-up things that we want the kids to do and reminding them, for instance, of that open mouth. So we're going to go ahead and use very light fingers and just point to our mouth. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. I'm singing with praise for my Lord today. So I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. So that's the first part of it. Then we're going to change actions. So our next one might be one where they can do this seated. Oh, I'm gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap all along my way. Oh, I'm gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap all along my way. I'm clapping with praise for my Lord today. So I'm gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap, gonna clap all along my way. Then what you can do to keep this going is you can let the children suggest, of course, the next action. And if they're having trouble with that, you can have a little handout that's ready to go and give them a number of choices. Which one would they like to do? Because all of these easily fit into the theme of our song. So for instance, we can march. Can't see me very well. Let's see if I can move the chair and move back. Here we go. So I'm gonna march, gonna march, gonna march, gonna march all along my way. Or we can do the turn. I'm turning with praise for my Lord today. So it really works very easily. They have a lot of different actions that they can go ahead and they can suggest for you, and that's one of those things that keeps that warm up going. And then of course, as I'm doing this, I'm also modulating up, maybe all the way as high as E. Oh, I'm gonna turn, gonna turn, gonna turn, gonna turn all along my way. So great example of your very first song that you're going to do. This is not one that we're going to perform, of course, for our church family. This is just something that we are using as the warm-up and to get everybody on that same page. Let me show you one additional thing that you can do with this song or any song. And if you will play along with me, I'm just wishing so much that I had a video of all of you guys. If any of you would be willing to start your video, that would be wonderful because reactions would be so helpful. But let me demonstrate this to you, and it's going to be a little bit challenging to demonstrate. But you know, we have that steady beat to this song that we just learned. I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. If you divided your choir into two halves and you took one half of your choir and you let them go ahead and clap that steady beat. I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. And this half of the choir for now is always going to be your steady beat. The other half of the choir, they are going to be in charge of clapping the word rhythm. And this is what I mean by the word rhythm. I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. I'm clapping with praise for my Lord today. So just the rhythm of the words, they are going to tap that. So you have one half tapping the steady beat, while this half taps the word rhythm, and then you switch. Once they have mastered that, now that may be one class that you add that into your warm-up just to keep that warm-up fresh. Once they've mastered it and they can do this, this can become a partner game. And again, we describe this little game in this book, Praise Takes Flight. So it's available through Choristers Guild. It's a cute little game. It is very challenging. So this thing that you have set the stage for by making sure that they can tap the steady beat and do the word rhythm, now we're going to do this as partners. So the children face the partner. If you'll put both hands up for me, your dominant hand, for most of them, their right hand. For one partner, they're going to be in charge of the steady beat. So they are going to be tapping that steady beat. The other partner is going to take their hand and they are going to be in charge of tapping the word rhythm. So you have one hand that's going to be still, and the way it's going to be looking, so very difficult for me to demonstrate just being me, but I think that I can do it. And I hope you get the idea. It would look like this. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. Oh, I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. It is very, very challenging for the kids to do. And then, of course, you switch, and the person who was just now in charge of tapping the steady beat, they take over the word rhythm, and the one who did the word rhythm is now going to take over that steady beat. And then they can change partners, and they can experience the word rhythm versus the steady beat, and they're experiencing, rather than us just talking about it, they're experiencing the way that eighth notes fit in to that steady beat, or half notes fit in to that steady beat. So they're getting it in a different learning mode. It's really fun. You can do the very same thing, and I'm hoping that you can see me, but you can do the same type of thing if you didn't want to do it as a partner game, where you use your feet to tap that steady beat and use your hands to clap it. I'm gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing, gonna sing all along my way. And then if you want a challenge for yourself, and it is one that will make the children giggle, see if they can do the steady beat with their hands and then stomp the word rhythm. It is almost impossible to do. I'm not even going to attempt to do it, because to be able to do it, I really have to practice. But it's an example of a great little challenge. So what you've done is you've taken this very simple little song and you have put a lot of different possibilities to it. We've put different actions to it. We've modulated up, so it's been a good warm-up for us. And then we've even turned it into a game. So we've kept that going all month, and we've kept it fresh. All right, let's move on. So I'm going to show you another cute little thing that, again, since I don't have screen sharing privileges, I don't believe. Nope, I do not have it. So we'll have to work on that. So I can't really show you another song right now. So I'm going to move to something entirely different. And I'm going to show you instead an energizer that works really easily, and you can put it in to your classroom setting. So let's say that we have done our anthem and we have done our ocean theme anthem, and we've worked very, very hard on that. There is a principle, and I believe Kodai said it was called tension and release. When they've worked really, really hard on a song, they've kind of built up that tension. So now our job as a teacher to keep the class moving is to give them that release, a cute little fun game. So one of the fun ones that we can do, and we can again use it in a variety of ways, there's a little game called Boom Chicka Boom. And this is a very easy one. It is just an echo. And the way that it goes is the teacher says, I said a boom chicka boom. And then my class echoes me. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. One more time, and then I pick a different voice. So we're going to do that with a patch clap, and we're going to do this in a variety of voices just to show you that you can use this not only as an energizer, but also as a warm-up to demonstrate various things for the kids. So let's go through the whole thing. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. One more time. Opera voice. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. One more time. Ghost voice. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. So you can see that you can use all of the little vocal warm-up type things that you are needing to use in that classroom setting just to keep their voices limber. It's just by the type of voices and the type of echo that we're doing that we're able to emphasize that with the kids. So they're having a good time and they're practicing that steady beat, but it's also a very good energizer. They can, of course, suggest the next voice, so it's a way to keep everybody engaged. So that's another little activity you definitely should have in your wheelhouse because it's super cute. Let's look at another little game that is called Double Double. And I wish that you could answer me on chat or something and let me know if you already know the game Double Double, but it's a classic little game. You can find it online. So the way that it goes is this is a little partner game. So this is something, again, that you would use as your release activity. This is something fun that they might look forward to. This is the way it looks. It goes double, double, and then they clap their partner's hands. This, this. And then it goes double, double, and then they turn their hands over. That, that. So double, double, this, this, double, double, that, that. Double this, double that, and then it goes double, double, this, and that. So the whole thing looks like this. Double, double this, this, double, double that, that, double this, double that, double, double this, and that. So it's a very easy little game. Let me show you a different set of words. So it's the exact same game, but because we're in the church choir setting, we're going to put a slightly sacred little spin on this game. And so we're going to turn the game into give him, thanks, thanks. And again, it's that Praise Takes Flight book. It's right from it. My friend Betsy Henderson, one of the things that I wanted to do, a huge goal of mine was to capture all of the magic that she brings into a choir session. And that's what those books were about, is just to share with everybody all of the wonderful activities that she has shared with me through the years, because she has been my mentor and one of my dearest friends. So here is what it looks like. It goes, give him, thanks, thanks. Give him, praise, praise. Give him thanks, give him praise. Give him, thanks and praise. So here's how it goes. Give him, thanks, thanks. Give him, praise, praise. Give him thanks, give him praise. Give him, thanks and praise. So that's what it would look like with partners. The next fun thing to do would be to take and put them into a group of 3 or 4. And you ask them, I would like for you to figure out, how would these 2 sets of partners, how can you do this as a team? So now they're in 4 and they're having to do just a little bit of community problem solving. I'm wishing I could show you the video of it. It's really cute. But the way that it works is they're going to get together, they're going to have a little bit of discussion about it, but they figure out all kind of different workarounds. Like some of the partners, they might decide whether to clap up or down first. Give him, thanks, thanks. But the other pair goes down. Give him, praise, praise. But they also sometimes figure out that it can go this way, especially when you really start making it big. You might put them in a group of 6 and you might say something like this. Oh my goodness, I don't know how you might approach a group of 6 being able to do this. Do you think you can do it? Let's see. So now we have a group of 6 and they're having to again negotiate and problem solve together. You don't want to tell them how to do it. You want to see if they can work it out. A lot of times they will surprise you by coming up with a novel solution you may not have thought of. And that's a wonderful thing to highlight. But the typical way that they figure out to do it is to get all in a circle and they go, give him, thanks, thanks. Give him, praise, praise. Give him thanks, give him praise. Give him thanks and praise. And then you could make it where they just see how many kids they can get into that circle. I had an experience at a camp in El Paso where the director had a little bit of an emergency, and all of a sudden we had a giant room full of kids of all ages, and we really didn't have anything programmed for that. I wasn't supposed to be in charge, but suddenly I was. And we chose this little game and we just added on to it a little bit at a time. And I'm telling you, and I know that this was God in the room with me, giving me the idea to do it, and then also giving those kids the heart to stay engaged and really have fun with it. But I tell you, every time we added more kids to that circle and they succeeded on that pattern, they would cheer for themselves. They were so excited. They were jumping up and down, and we just kept adding to it. And it ended up being one of those wonderful, spontaneous little community builders. So again, the game is called Double Double, but we turn it into give him, thanks, praise. Let's see, here is, let's see, I can share this one without having to share my screen. So let's look at this. Here is one of those things that I have tucked into my pocket, and I'm going to tell you a quick story. I got to use this just yesterday. There is actually a camp in Arlington, and they are doing a live musical. So they are meeting back in person. And I had agreed quite some time ago to come over there and just be kind of a guest clinician for the day. We had such a fun and joyful time. Yes, the kids are out of practice with choir, and their voices have maybe lost a few steps. There's all kinds of things that maybe we've lost to the pandemic. But the nice thing is the kids and the adults are so happy to be back. They are really full of joy about it. So there is that good side as well. So we did a lot of different things yesterday. But one of the things that happened is right after lunch, we had those energy levels that were dialed up way, way, way too high, and everybody was a little bit too jittery. So what we did is we did a game that's called Mirror Me, and this is what it looks like. If you would play along with me, it's going to go a lot better, and that way you'll know. Oh my gosh, I just became the host. I'm so excited. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Is Allison or Joan? Who was that?
It was me.
It was me.
Joan, you're my hero. Thank you. Thank you. So, oh my gosh, this is lovely. This is so good. Okay, so now I can maybe show you a few more things, and I guess we're only at 9:30, so I can show you a couple of more things. Let me show you Mirror Me though first. This is something I was really planning on for the last of this session, but let me show you how it works, because I tell you, this is one of those very magical little techniques that you can use when you need crowd control. And it is entirely nonverbal. I think that my friend Erin Elliott, who is like one of those Teacher of the Year for DISD for one of the past years, she's really, really wonderful. So she showed me this, and this is how it goes. Say, I need you to mirror me. Everything my body does, I want your body to do. So this is what it looks like. I might start with hands together. There is no talking during Mirror Me except for what the host or what the teacher says. But you notice it's all hands together so far, up and down. So it's a little bit hypnotic. When it gets a little bit more challenging, it's one hand moving at a time. Or we can also start involving our legs in just a little bit. Or we can bow forward or bow back. But it's a game, and here's why. Because as we are all playing this game, just when everyone is quiet, suddenly, and they all look startled like, oh, almost missed it. And I go, oh, we got you. You got to really be watching. So you never know when the lightning gesture is going to come in. So now the kids are really, really on their toes. You can get more specific. And there's kind of an intention for all of these things. You notice how here we're crossing midline. So we're doing things that actually are engaging their brains at the same time, but we're never having to say that. Now, this is also a wonderful way, by the way, to teach choreography. There was a camp that I taught at one year. We had such a giant room full of children, and one of the songs that we were teaching was called Children of the World. And the chorus choreography that I was assigned to teach was pretty complicated. This is what it looked like. It goes, when the children of the world, I'm trying to think, of the world sing hallelujah. So it was very, very flowy would be a good word for it. So when the children of the world, sing Alleluia. So what we did is we taught the choreography with Mirror Me before we ever taught this song. Mirror Me, we started going ahead and learning those phrases. So we just and we got to where we were nice and flowy with all of those motions because they already knew it. When it came time to learn the song and learn the choreography, and we showed them, oh, that's what we've already done. They were like, oh, I already know it. Yes, you do. They already know it. So it's wonderful. That game is called Mirror Me. It's another thing that I attempted to put into Praise Takes Flight, and there's a complete description of it in there for you so that you can find that in there. Let me show you. So we talked about, when you guys came in, we talked about using an early arriver, and now I'm having trouble finding my little octopus. Oh, here it is. So we were using this little scratch off, that little scratch off for the early arriver, and we were saying that our theme might be oceans. So we had all kinds of things that we did for oceans, but let me show you a little video quickly of a song that we used during that unit, and this is going to be about a Bible story that involves the ocean. Now, one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to be listening for what shines through the gloom and gray. This is a song for probably your mid to upper elementary. What shines through the gloom and gray? These are, by the way, these cute little paddle boards that are dry erase that you can get at the dollar store. So what you could do is you could have them listen for that question, and once they hear it, they can jot it down, and then they can compare answers. So it's a cute little supply to have under their chairs if you like. So here is the video, and I get to share my screen. I'm so excited. Optimize and share. Here we go. This is called When the Rains Come. Now, obviously, the song continues, but maybe for that first week, that's plenty for us to cover. So tell me, what did you find shines through the gloom and gray? And you can go ahead and we can let the kids jot it down, and then they hold it up, and it's faith. Faith shines through the gloom and gray. That is what I wanted them to hear this week. Now we might, as a choir, go ahead and go back over just that first verse of the song, And ways that I can approach that is I can ask them to become my choreographers. So one of the things that we're doing is friends are going sailing through the moonlight. And I am wondering what motion that is a steady beat type of motion that we could make that shows everybody that we're sailing on a boat. And I'll get a bunch of different ideas from the kids and we'll choose one. They usually are going to come up with the options that you might have already been thinking about anyway if you were in charge of it. It's much better if they come up with it. Every little tiny way that they can take ownership of a song is a good thing. So maybe it's going to be this. So when we hear the first part of the song, friends go sailing in the twilight boat, splashing through the waters deep. And then we have opportunity for another motion. What motion can we do to show waves rise, and what about crash? So let them come up with that idea. Maybe they've chosen this. What about crash? Crashing. I don't know what they're going to choose, but I'm going to take just those little simple cues from them. So here's what we've decided. Let's pretend that the kids gave this to us since we can't really see each other, I guess. But this is going to be our steady beat for friends go sailing in the twilight boat, splashing through the waters deep. Waves rise, crashing in the moonlight. And then we'll go, look, look now up in the sky. So very easy. Will you do that with me? And we will go ahead and look at that song one more time. Allison, are we running out of time? Is that what you're here to tell me? Oh, good, good, good. Okay, let me just cue this back up for you. Here we go. And will you do those steady beat things with me?
Friends go sailing in the twilight boat, splashing through the waters deep. Waves rise, crashing in the moonlight. Look now up in the sky. Storm clouds form away up high. Do you hear the voices?
Now, what you will notice about this song is that it becomes a cumulative song. So here we are. We're going to add verses to this every time, right? So the second week that we cover it, we're going to have the boat tossed by the wind and waves. So here's what that looks like. And then on the third week, we have new. Look at this. Look, look now up in the sky, storm clouds, boat tossed by the wind and waves, sailors feeling so afraid. They call, will you save us please? One man stands and calls for peace. So this is kind of neat because what we've done is we've taken a Bible story and we have built on it every single week. We've added to it just a little bit at a time so it really starts to stick with them. And we've done a little bit of discussion with it for each week, but by the time that we get here, listen to what changes, because what's happened every single time is like, do you hear the fearsome storm? Let's listen now for what changes. So move back just a little bit.
Storm, rise on a way up high, but tossed by the wind and waves. Sailors feel so afraid. They call, will you save us, please? One man stands and calls for peace. Do you hear the fearsome storm? Trust you, trust him when the rain shines faith, shines through the gloom and gray. Seek him on the cloudy days. Faith shines through the gloom and gray. Seek him on the cloudy days.
Now this one for us would be a great example of a song that we would share with our church family. This one would be a really good one for them to perform because I can do a lot of different things with it. I can give them some steady beat little instruments for a few of them if they would like to help keep the steady beat. They could have designed all the choreography that goes along with this, because we did that as part of our activities with the song. And we can choose together which choreography we really want to keep. But then it has programmed in almost a little sermon. One man stands and calls for peace. Do you hear the fearsome storm? And then there's that silence. And that silence is either on the recording track that you use, or it can be something that you have built in to the live accompaniment that you play. And you can give the children one of those chime tree things to play during that to give you the cue that you're going to start playing again. So that's really, it's a great one to share with your congregation. And of course, you're going to have discussions with the kids every week. Some of the questions that you might answer would be, what kind of things are storms in our lives? And have them come up with those answers. What kind of problems feel to us a little bit like a storm? Feel to us a little bit scary, make us feel a little bit worried. Here's another great question. Who are the friends in the boat? Who are the friends? Well, a lot of the kids may come up with disciples, and that would be a great thing, because if you have kids who are not familiar with the Bible story, you have their peers supplying the answers. They are familiar with the Bible story. So you're sort of building that community where it's valuable to know those Bible stories. That's kind of a neat thing. But then some of the kids really come up with some out-of-the-box things that really lead to some beautiful discussions. Here's one of them. One of the kids in our class said, "We are the friends in the boat. We are." And that's really true as well, right? Because part of the point of these Bible stories is that they are speaking to us right now in this moment, and we have all become disciples. So it's a good little song for you to share with the kids, and I hope that they enjoy sharing it with your church family, and it might work out well with you. It's easy, it's cumulative, they build on it a little each week. Let's see, we are right at the end, and I am looking to see if I can see any chats. I've got one chat. And there, Allison, thank you, Allison. Allison said, faith shines through the gloom and gray. Yes, ma'am, it does. That's wonderful. Thank you, Allison. You are a gold star participant. That's great. Anybody have any questions that you want to share by chat? some other things that you're facing in your choirs that you want to ask about, activities that you would like me to show you. I'm kind of looking just to see, because they may not even have that chat ability, and I'm not positive. But I tell you, I am going to give you a couple of different things here so that you can reach me if you need to. I'm going to make sure that my phone is right here, and you can text me if you have things that you need from me that you would either like to show in the next session, or handouts that you might need. And I'm also going to put my email at, my company is called Open Heart Musicals. Let's see, it's a long thing to write, .com. So there is my contact information on my handy little dry erase paddle. So again, you just go ahead and text me. If there is something that I didn't show, or you need me to clarify instructions for anything, or you want to know where a particular resource came from, you can let me know that. Or you can write me at kingram@openheartmusicals.com. And I will be looking for those emails, and I will be looking for those text messages, and I will try to answer that as quickly as I possibly can and put into your hands whatever resources that we need. We are all getting started back up again. We're in this historic time of reboot. But again, it is really a joyful opportunity, because when we get back together, I know for me, I am really more thankful than I have ever been. I have reached a whole new level of gratitude and joy, seeing those children, hearing them sing, hearing their voices, all of their little energy, all of it. It is a blessing. And I hope that in whatever form you are able to go forward this year, that you are similarly blessed and able to start singing with children again. Thank all of you very much for being here, and I hope that we will see you in the next session. We are going to be talking about, making sure I have my little sessions in order. Oh, yay. This one is called Sing Me a Song of Scripture. So this will be fun. I'm going to show a bunch of different songs that really emphasize different scripture passages, and let you either talk about Bible stories or memorize specific scripture verses through music games and through the songs that we choose. So thank you again so much for being here.